We know the holidays can be a magical time of the year, but they can also be very stressful.
A survey by the American Psychological Association found nearly a quarter of Americans feel extreme stress during the holidays. And according to the mental health service Clarity Clinic, the top reasons include feeling like there's not enough time or money and pressure to give or get gifts.
Yeah, that's also real. Joining us now is clinical psychologist Sheela Raja. Sheela, good morning. Thanks for being with us again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me.
Yeah, it's so good to touch on this stuff.
Yes.
We really need to talk about it. Let's talk about a few reasons that lead to stress. What are some other factors?
Yeah, I mean, aside from, finances and things like that, I think that especially this year, a lot of us feel the pressure to have a perfect holiday. We've had all these imperfect ones because of the pandemic. And so now suddenly it feels like, okay, everything has to be just right. And I think that's really hard. And also, we know that a lot of people are suffering from depression and anxiety and have been for the last couple of years. So they might look around and think, well, everyone's having a better time than I am. A lot of comparing.
And Sheila, with the social media age we're in, a lot of things can be very triggering. Besides the holiday and the time of year itself, we're kind of bombarded by all of these images and feeling great and cheery, but a lot of people don't feel that way. What are some signs that we can self-check to say, hey, maybe I might need to, talk to someone to get some help with this?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing you can do is check in with yourself and see whether you're having trouble functioning. Are you having changes in your eating, your sleeping routines? Are you having trouble getting the kids up and out to school? Are you crying a lot? Do you feel down and depressed? In which case, please do reach out and get help. The American Psychological Association has a lot of great resources, national hotlines. It's important not to suffer alone.
Yeah, definitely. And I know we want to talk about the problem. We also want to talk about the solutions, though. What are some ways, maybe just to help manage stress?
Gratitude, gratitude, gratitude. We can't say it enough. Every expert says it, right? And we remind ourselves, I think, the importance of, it doesn't have to be a formal journal either. Even on your commute, one thing that you're thankful for today, it could just be, my car is working. It could be small. Service and giving, getting into your community, doing something small. When we feel needed and important, it makes us feel better. Letting go of perfectionism. I mean, that's where the social media stuff comes in, right? Like setting limits around some of that stuff and remembering that it's curated. What you're seeing is what other people want you to see. I sometimes tell a story about a friend of mine that baked a cake that didn't set, and she served it as pudding, which I thought was fantastic. So, sometimes you just have to go with what happens. I think another nice tip is routine. If we can follow a routine 80% of the time, then 20% of the time we can kind of have fun and do what we want. Whether that means, we try to eat healthy most of the days of the week so that when we go to those holiday parties, we have a little bit of a leeway on those sorts of things. Think of it like fuel that you're adding to your body. Budgeting ahead of time and then reaching out for help when we need it.
Yeah, I think a lot of us overfueled during Thanksgiving, but that's okay. We give ourselves some grace. Lastly, we just coming off Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's coming up, a lot of family gatherings. Families can sometimes be a stress factor. We love our families, sometimes from a distance. What are some ways we can avoid some particularly stressful interactions?
Yeah, I think that 3 things to think about are: 1, boundaries. How much are you willing to talk about and for how long? And so if it's, some heated conversations about, personal things, political stress, whatever, you can have time limits around those conversations. You can already think ahead of time about how much you're willing to talk about and not. And then activities, I think shared activities help people find their commonalities. So getting out to the movies, making a cake together, looking at old family photographs and organizing them. Whatever you think can keep it light for your family, but also keep it fun.
Such good tips. Really important for us to just sit back and take a second and think about all of that. Sheela Raja, thank you for joining us and sharing that advice. We appreciate you.
Happy holidays. Thank you.
Happy holidays to you too.